worthy to be praised. Amen. Reading from our covenants. Let's see. Artium and Gibeon. And that would be under yes. Yes. I know which one I'm trying to bring up the little scroll. I know which one now. There we go. And here we go. Reading from Artium and Gibeon. Yes. This house shall not be divided. Through the anointing on this place we shall live in Colonia and stand. Matthew 12 and 25.
So be it.
Through the anointing on this place we shall abide according to the house rules of conduct. There will be no controversy. To ensure y'all was seen in the flesh. 1 Timothy 3rd chapter 15 through 16.
So be it.
And they made sons and daughters by the death, burial, and resurrection of Yeshua. Yeshua is the Messiah, the only begotten Son of Yahweh. This place is built upon that rock, and therefore the gates of hell shall not prevail. Matthew 16, 13 through 19.
So be it.
Amen. Come on, get a Father hand clap of praise. Amen. You may be seated. I want to thank everybody for coming. Another episode, another time frame of whatever. And y'all know we've been dealing with whatever. We've been dealing on the prayers of the righteous are being stolen by the enemy through lack of knowledge. We've been dealing with that for a while, and you have regards of things that you have learned, supposedly have learned. And everything, let me see my notes today as I was trying to figure out where we're at and which way to go, because like I said, I have so much in here invested in. And first of all, I've got to get you to understand, I've got to get your mind to a place to understand what is happening, what is going on. You know, and I was looking at some things at other Philemon class and, you know, stuff that should have been just rolling off your tongue, and you guys were unsure. Should you say it? Should you not say it? And this was a kindergarten lesson she was going over. And it should have went way more in depth than it went to. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is not a reprimand. I'm just saying what it is, what it is. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you don't, it's okay to play. Mm-hmm. But I'm not fussing or anything. I just want you to understand, because it does no good to teach if you're not getting it. It does me no good to sit there and show you how deep I can go and leave you drowning. So the important thing is that you get it. And you got to go home and study. You got to go home, and if it's important to you, you got to go home and do research beyond what I'm saying here. Amen?
Amen.
It's the truth anyhow. But I want to start out showing you this so you understand this. Go to Matthew 16 and 18. Matthew 16 and 18. I'm going off the cuff here right now, so bear with me on this particular part. If you have the scriptures,
read it.
Yes, let's do this. Matthew 16 and 18. I want to get this through your head first of all. And I'm saying it like that, not to sound cruel or anything, but some things just have to be locked in there that you have to know beyond the shadow of a doubt. And someone will read that for me.
Matthew
16. Go ahead.
And I say also unto thee, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
Now, what I want you to understand here, what had happened was, and you should notice, that Peter had received revelation knowledge from the Father. And he told Yeshua that thou art the Christ. Yeshua asked, who do men say that I am? And they told him what Peter said. And then Peter said, thou art the Christ. He said, truly thou art the Christ. And thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. And he said, blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, because flesh and blood didn't give you that. That was, he said that it was given to you of my Father, which is in heaven. That's called revelation knowledge. That's called revelation knowledge. Revelation is a revealing of something that was already there, yet not seen. That's what it means by revelation. It's not nothing new. It has already been there. It's just nobody saw it. That's why the scripture can boldly declare there is nothing in the earth. That which has been will be. That which will be has been. You know, there is nothing new under the sun. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you understand this, that's called revelation knowledge. Yeshua said, on this revealing of who I am, I'm going to build my church. And where my church is at, my church being the called out ones, the gates of hell will not win, will not prevail. What is the gates of hell? The gates of hell is an opening place to hell. This, I'm just getting you to understand this. This is sort of dealing with the prayer, but so you can understand what goes on. The gates of hell is the opening place of hell. You ever hear people say when they die that they saw this tunnel and a light and whatnot and this and that? Well, when you read the scripture always talking about opening places to different places. And in Enoch even talks about put a boulder on top of this place so that the watcher can't get out. So there is an opening. I know you think when people die they just dissolve and turn into Casper and it just automatic, but there are opening places. There are certain religions like what we got coming up here Halloween and All Hallows Eve and stuff like that. Where that came from is we were going to find out. What you really need to just hear right quick is that what they believed was that the dead was on their way to go to the place where they could be taken where they're supposed to get instead of walking the earth from whatever. That's what they believe, and that's why they set those things out. And he had jack-o'-lanterns put out to keep this cat called Jack-o'-lantern away. Which I think Jack-o'-lantern is a form of this comic book character in DC Marvel that I told you about before that hell didn't want him.
Oh, wow.
And that heaven made a deal with him that he could live forever. So Jack-o'-lantern was supposed to walk the earth forever because he was just so evil that hell did not want him. And of course he couldn't go to heaven. Which is, I said, is talking about the watcher. But anyway, they would put things outside to supposedly scare these evil spirits away because they didn't want evil spirits to come in their house. You understand what I'm saying? Or nor did they want ghosts. That's one form of how this got started. You already know that the Hebrews believed during this time was Yom Kippur. And the Day of Atonement. The Day of Atonement, he goes in there and Yom Kippur is the new year. And you got the days of, anyway, bottom line is they believe it was a supernatural time that Yah wrote down who was going into the gates of hell. So gates talks about an entering place. When he said the gates of hell won't prevail, he was talking about the devils or the demons that are unleashed from this place called hell won't get the victory over. Then later on we found out that we are the temple. We are the temple and not the church. The church is the called out one. The temple is the dwelling place of the Spirit of God. And we have the kingdom of y'all all in front of us. So we understand, and that's the teaching that goes upon that the called out ones here won't win over. That's why he said, put three together in my name, I'm in the midst. And he said, I give unto you the keys of the kingdom. He's talking to Peter. That whatsoever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. Whatsoever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. And what does that mean? That means whatsoever you say got to stop and stay here, it's going to stay here. I'm going somewhere. I'm giving you this kind of quick because this is just stuff you should know. I've preached on millions and I don't know how many times. But so you understand that you are supposed to win. You are supposed to win. You are gathering yourself together to learn. Therefore, you are supposed. Say, I'm supposed to win.
I'm supposed to win.
You're not a loser. You're supposed to win. Yeshua already won. So therefore, you're supposed to win. If he already won, what you doing losing?
Yes.
He already made the way for you to win. Just walking through it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's just like if you're running a football, brother, sitting and you following me, and I knock everybody down. One thing you got to do is walk into the end zone. Ain't nobody here. If you slip and fall, Yeshua so good, he'll catch you. He's so good, he'll catch you if you fall, pick you up, so he'll come out like you, and say, get in the end zone.
Yes.
I just can't, only thing he can't do is push you in there. You got to do that.
Yes.
That's how good he is. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Y'all ever seen, remember the Titans? Remember the last play of that game when that boy ran that reverse?
Oh yeah.
And everybody looking at him running. They ain't the one you look at. Look at the quarterback who's blocking for him. That just took out 2 or 3 people on the way to the touchdown.
Yes.
I mean, that's some serious blocking. And the blocking is important. But anyway, the blocking paved the way for him to succeed. You should already paved the way. You just got to walk according to his footsteps. Just got to do the play. Say, I got to do the play.
I got to do the play.
That's what I want you to see from that. You should say you're already win. The enemy can't win. He has no right with your stuff. He has no right with your prayer.
Yes.
And so in this we've been learning. And what the enemy do, I told you, he comes through all sorts of things, all sorts of people. I gave you this. He's going to try to keep you from listening, from taking notes, from all this stuff. He's going, and he'll attack me, and he'll attack different ones. And are you going to let him win? Because the Father already gave you the victory. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
The other day I was in the house and I was caught in a bad position, Brother Senior. And you know how I hate lizards. And this lizard was in the house, and you know I can't run him down. And so I'm sitting over there, and I got my stick. And I looked there, and he was trying to be so slick. And he tried to run behind a little dirty clothes bins. And I got the bins, and I hooked it up one way. And I said, it's only one way out of here. You got to pay the filter.
Yes.
And he tried to ease through there, try to be so slick. Whack! I caught myself.
Yes.
He had no chance. I was going to win. And I already started the day.
All right.
Already,
Wow.
and it was all over with. Just come on and die. All right. And see, that's how it is. You just got to know.
Yes.
My people are destroyed because they don't know. That's what you should say. For lack of knowledge, you do not know. That's why you keep losing.
Yes.
That's why your prayers keep hitting. He said every prayer is, not every prayer. He said if you do it in my name according to what I said, then it's going to happen. He said like this, if you do anything in my name, it shall be done. He said all the promises of God is yea and amen. So if he said you can have it, if he gave his word, it's yours. Why didn't you give it? Because you're coming after the flesh, which is a miss, or the enemy is making it so you're not communicating properly. Are you listening to me? Now I told you he comes all kinds of ways, and I know you thought I was so lying, and I know you thought you were doing right, but you're not. Certain areas you just need to tighten up on. Really. You know you're not. I ain't got to tell you that. You know you're not praying right. You know you're not seeking the Father right. You know you just half-stepping when it comes to spiritual things. You think if just because of you just resist this one day, you deserve an A+.
Well,
And that count for the whole week.
uh-oh.
It's the truth, yeah. You don't worry about too much about what's going to happen and not what is happening. So anyway, we learned and we talked about a lot of stuff. And we talked about time. Because you got to understand what time it is. Right?
Yes, yes, sir.
We started out in the beginning, you know, over there in where was it? James 5th chapter. We were talking about patience, being patient, foundation thing that we learned so far. We had the right vision, we had to be patient, and make no oaths. We had to dealing with that because we had to watch what we say, and then we was dealing with that, and we had to learn what time it is.
Yes.
Because we know that doctrines of devils out there, we talked about that. We talked about the voice of the thief, right?
Yes.
We talked about the voice of truth. The truth, which is the Messiah, which is his teaching, right?
Right.
What we did anyway. We talked about Satan and everything that's on his team, demons, devils, fallen angels, the spirit of the Antichrist, Antichrist. Talked about all those different things. We talked about the target area of the Antichrist.
Oh, yeah.
The spirit of the Antichrist, or the ones that are carrying that spirit, the mind, which is the understanding, the spirit, which is the thinking, the message, which is communication. And we talked about false messages, which is the doctrine of devil. We talked about all those things, talked about chaos and reprobates and the rapture, but not the rapture. We talked about all that stuff. We talked about time and the fullness thereof, because it is important to know what time you're in.
Yes.
And we talked about all that, and you went home and then look at it no more.
Woo! Amen.
So your prayers is not important. But why you still make them? Why would you make prayers that you're not going to make sure it's right?
Yeah.
Why would you continue to pray? Why would you continue to call a number that's disconnected? You're just going to make them answer the phone.
Yeah.
We have this on the who are you talking? They call the house every day,
Oh my goodness.
3-4 times a day, like they just gonna make me answer the phone. I said, just because you call every day, I ain't answering the phone.
That's right, man.
Just keep right on calling. You don't affect me, not well, nothing. I see you up there, and I'm going to see. I don't know who you is, and you don't know who I am.
Yes.
Not a bill collector. I don't know who it is. You just gonna make me be somebody
Yes.
that you want to talk to. Everybody I know that I want to talk to by myself. It's the truth.
Yeah.
So I don't worry about that foolishness. And that's what we try to do with y'all. We try to make him answer our call
Oh my
because
goodness.
we know it all. I know you say your number was 5016, but I know I can get you at 4017.
Boy.
I can do that because I know everything. Well, I didn't get your message. They're going to be the ones who's going to say, I never knew you. I never got your message. I never got your call.
Oh my goodness.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's it. My prayers are important. My relationship with y'all is important. Well, I'm telling you, you're doing it wrong. It seems like you will make that a priority to get it right. Because we understand that being in right standing with y'all has a lot of benefits. That whole big old thing, well, it's on the computer now, but we got words this thick. Just what they call the Bible. The scripture says full of great things. Full of great things. And he said everything in there that he promised the answer is yes. He won't deny no good thing from you. But yet still you walk around here like you are the dirt of the earth.
Wow.
He's a buckler to the righteous. He's a healer to the righteous. He's a defender to the righteous. The prayers of the righteous, the prayer of a righteous man availeth much. You're praying to the wrong thing. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir.
I got to wake you up. One man, one thing about that show, he said a lot of little true sayings, the bar show that I talked about. And on that bar show, he said, I can't help you if you don't admit you're failing. If you think you got it okay, you're not going to change. If you think in your head that you've reached the throne room of God, you're not going to change. And I'm telling you right now that your prayers are getting jacked up. You're not living right, therefore you're not praying right. They go straight together. You're not forgiven, therefore you're not forgiven. You're not forgiven, therefore he ain't forgiving you.
Yeah.
It's simple as that. You walk around here with a jacked up attitude, mad at someone forever, not forgave. Boy, look at him, don't get me started. Now, you haven't forgiven, but yet you praying.
Wow.
You are so keenship on like a husband and wife relationship. He's so keen on that. He said, you can't even talk to me unless you got it straight with your husband or your wife.
Yes.
He said, it got to be in communication with them. I mean, you got to be able to talk to your marriage. How you going to talk to me and you can't talk to them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all listening to me?
Yes, sir.
So we learned all this stuff, and I had you draw circles, and you got mad at me for having you draw it instead of me drawing it and running off copies. Made you work a little bit. Somebody said a little bit.
A little bit.
Made you work a little bit, and we had the circle, we had promises, and we had covenants around it, and then we had the times. And that was just a basic look at times. Somebody said times.
Times.
A basic look at, and what I mean by times, I mean how things operate together.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, dispensations and all that. Because we had all that rolled up in one. Bring out the in the day and time thing that was made for I mean, we have time, dispensation, covenant, and promises. And I told you, don't think one is greater than the other.
Yes.
You just got to look, they're all intertwined with each other.
Yes.
And we don't understand the importance of it. I showed you last week how Yeshua told them that over in Matthew 24, which we'll probably get to, how he said that these things are going to happen at a certain time. When shall these things be? At a certain time. Are you listening to me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we got to understand what time means. Go over here and go to let's go Ecclesians 3:1. Everybody in the world should know the scripture. Ecclesians 3:1. Are you listening to me? I know you think that you're dangerous in the spirit. Ecclesiastic. What did I say? Ecclesians. Ecclesiastic. I know you think you're dangerous in the spirit and that you're a sharpshooter in the Holy Ghost. You're a ninja in numbers.
Oh, boy.
But you ain't nothing but a practice superstar.
Boy.
We used to call him a helmet hero.
Boy.
You know what a helmet hero is?
No.
A helmet hero is someone who, in practice, you have basically 3, maybe 4 forms of practice that you dress out in. You have your out on the field. You have just helmets. And helmets is you just got the helmet on, and you have shorts and a shirt. And then you call shells. Shells is a helmet, shoulder pads, and the short pants, just short pants. Then you got full pads. Full pads is everything. We gonna hit today. Full pad, when you're in shells, you usually just give them a good hit. You just can't hit them with a load of weights. But in full pads, we gonna hit. Everything goes. It's on like popcorn. Well, a helmet hero is they want to go full speed with a helmet.
Yes.
They know ain't nobody finna block them. They know ain't nobody going to try to do all that because you are in a helmet. You're supposed to be doing walkthroughs. You're supposed to be, it's mainly for the receivers. They run around and play out there. Whee! And all that you're doing is walking through different plays and different stunts. A helmet hero gonna run back there and sack the quarterback like he's really getting down.
What?
Just gonna get all in the quarterback way so he can't throw. Man, get out the way! Helmet hero. We're gonna see when we get up in the past how much you got. The
Wow.
time is coming. And that's how some of
Wow.
longest, somebody like that way, longest days are going good and long as there ain't no problem, we are helmet superstars.
Yes.
Helmet heroes, we pray for the world.
Mm.
But time it got a little bit rough. Oh, that's it, my back hurt.
Oh my goodness.
I got a headache, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, I made me mad now. I'm hateful.
Woo.
I was sitting over there, and this is known, I was sitting over there last class there in Côte d'Ivoire and country, and I was sitting on the other side. I don't like being quiet, but the father told me to be quiet
Mhm.
and just observe and watch what you guys do, and it's, see how it flows. If you not taking up all the time and stuff, and half the class was wondering what I was doing. Everybody just stopped listening to Elder. Sometimes was like, what is he doing? Worry about what I'm doing instead of just flowing with y'all and going with the class. I was like, this is ridiculous. Everybody just, I wasn't even making no scene. I was over there trying to be quiet, keeping up with the lesson, knowing what's going on. I'm reading like everybody else, looking and seeing and listening, and I'm just chilling. And everybody like, peek over the curtain. You must be mad about something. You must be sick, not feeling good. What's going on? I said, well, I just be dipping popcorn.
Yes.
Don't nobody know the answer to these questions? This Chanel start talking, then first senior start talking, and then people start getting into it, and I was like, okay, I guess they so used to me talking all the time. I just I mean, these are not hard questions. Moses read the book. What did Moses do? Cricket. Cricket. Moses, he read the book. Moses read the book to the sand. Who did Moses read the book to? The grass? He read to the grass by way of the sand.
Yes.
It's the truth anyhow. Because we're not focused.
Yeah.
We're not focused. We worry about everything but what we're supposed to be concerned about. And that's the great trick of the enemy. He does that. Why you say? Why he's talking about us like that? Because that's what he do. That's what he do. He held the sign and said, look at me. I turned on the internet because I always go to the internet to Elder Fleming class, so that's why I keep a lot of my bookmark stuff that I can share with the class. I go on the internet and I see all the captains standing like this. My mind just locked. Oh my goodness! And that's why I said it on the mic to get it off of me, because everything in me wanted to read that article.
Yes.
And I said, you ain't gonna whoop me like that, dog. So, I know the class was losing, so I just said something because I know you got to speak against that.
Yes.
If I had not spoke against that, I wouldn't have heard nothing. The whole class, I've been wondering what that article said.
Yes.
But I'm smarter than that because I listen to what y'all say rather than what my flesh said.
There you go.
See, he gets us. He hold up those say, hey, over here, look at me. All the while, he's stealing your stuff.
Yes.
You have not. Because you ask not. We know that part, so we ask all the time. But we forget, you receive not, because you ask amiss. That you make assuming upon your flesh. Right now, you don't want to listen to me. Not because it's the last class of the day, it's because I'm hurting your flesh. Your flesh saying, you don't know everything. Okay. I don't know everything, but I know somebody who do. You ever wonder, you ever wonder, you away from your family, and you up there, you doing the best you can, and you in the military, and Captain Fun dude who go home every day to his family trying to tell you you ain't doing a good job.
Boy.
Want to tell you how to handle your wife, and this is what you should do, and this is how it should be done. And man, you go home every night. And don't you want to just grab them and spin in their nose? I know. I know you do, Brother City. I know you're just trying to be cool right now. I I be want to grab them by their neck and spit in their nose for being stupid. See, if you spit in the nose, it's gonna last and it's gonna be stink. And they're gonna remember. Next time they have a dumb idea, they're gonna remember. You can't go to that man, he's stupid. He's real. They don't tell nobody you spit in their nose, they gonna say he got some problems. I want to do it, man. I have to tame my mind. That's so stupid. You don't know nothing about me.
Yeah.
You know that. Back in the days, man, I'm telling you, I went rock 2 times. Back in the day, I had some problems. Y'all better thank y'all for being such a great savior.
Yes, I mean.
I might have been the one you ran into one day, half crazy, and track you down and spit in your nose. And you don't know where it came from. Oh, it can be done.
Man.
I know you don't think so, but it can be done. And you want you know it's me. The verse of the preacher. Come on, Ecclesiastes 1:1. The verse of the preacher. Come on, read it for me.
Yes.
The words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem.
Come on.
Vanity of vanities, said the preacher. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity.
Somebody said, all is vanity.
All is vanity.
He said, it is worthless. It is nothing. Everything, all the time, everything on here ain't worth nothing. Now, why would he say something as crazy as that? Everything. Vanities of vanities. All is vanity. Because he felt that his whole time, somebody say time here on this planet has been wasted. Are you listening to what I'm saying? That's when you read that he's talking about he has wasted his time. Now go to Ecclesiastes 3:1. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Somebody read it for me.
To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the sun.
See, everything under this heaven. Somebody say under heaven.
Under heaven.
There's a time to every purpose under heaven. Somebody say purpose.
Purpose.
What translation you got?
I don't even know what song came from.
Everything there is a season. Somebody say season.
Season.
And a time. Somebody say a time.
A time.
To every purpose. Somebody say purpose.
Purpose.
Purpose under the heavens. Are you under the heavens? There's a time for pleasure. There's a time for delight. The word purpose is talking about pleasure and delight. A good pleasure, something good that happens. And then they happen. But the point of one, and it goes to talk about a time to be born, a time to kill. That word, there's season. Somebody say season.
Season.
Season is a set time. Somebody say set time.
Set time.
And time itself is also a set time, but it's a time within that set time.
Okay.
We would call that a moment in time or a day in one of the days of the week. We call this would be first day, and the week would be time. And so first week of the season or something like that. It's a time within the time.
Okay.
And the amount doesn't matter, but the now is what is important. What season and time you're in right at that particular moment. Now I want you to do something so simple. And it's simple. Please don't make this difficult. This is simple. Now, I'm going to do it with you. And we get a piece of paper. Because we're gonna understand this time and season stuff.
We're gonna understand this time and season stuff.
Now remember now, before, while you do your paper, I'm just gonna review just what we did on paper before. Remember we did the eternity thing. Now you can't compare what we're finna do now to this.
Okay,
This would just be a little dot on this. But we did the eternity thing, which was promises, covenant, dispensation, and time. And that was under covenant. Now what we're going to do now is to help us understand this time and seasons, because as we learn on how to resist the devil and how to get our prayers through, times and season is very, very important.
okay,
So we must understand what time it is. Just like Moses, at a certain time, God dealt with his people during that time. And then Yeshua, he dealt with them another way.
okay.
The times of the prophets and the time of the Gentiles, time of the Gentiles. You have all these different times and seasons, and they give them someone different names and talking about the same thing, and some of them is not, but it's all dealing with the same thing. Are you y'all ready? Okay. Everybody ready? You need paper?
Yes.
Okay, I got some paper. I got some paper. I got some paper.
Anybody else?
We're going to do this together.
Okay,
Now, everyone hold, well, see, you need paper too? Okay, man. One thing I didn't want.
yes.
It's small, it's not big, but it's easier if you do it on one of these and transfer it over once you get it understood. When everybody take that piece of paper out, we're going to be holes pointed, the holes, those three holes.
Yes.
Holes, H-O-L-E-S. Those three holes pointed this way. It would be my left hand, and this is my right hand. So I want the holes pointed down that way, yeah. Now, in the middle of the paper, well, not in the middle, I want you to put your hand on that red line right there. See, I mean, put your pen or whatever you draw with on that red line. And I want you to come over or down, down, down. I want you to follow that red line down to that middle hole. Right there in the middle. You got those three holes. I want you to come right there in that middle.
I'm confused already.
Okay.
I ain't
All right, see this paper right here? This paper right here.
Woo!
This paper.
Yes.
I want the holes pointed to like this. The holes like this.
Okay,
Now, you see this red line?
yes,
I want you to follow that red line all the way down to this right here.
yes,
To that middle hole right there. You got it, man.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, I want you to come over from that red line. I'm gonna use my pen as a measuring point.
Okay,
And I want you to come right here. I'm going to do it, then I want you to do it. You'll see when I do it. Now, halfway or back from the point to the end of this blue thing, I want you to come from that line right there, and I want you to write time. T-I-M-E, time. Time. Everybody got it? Shouldn't be that hard. And I want you to do the same thing. I want you to put the point of the pen where the E at, and I want you to come over to the end of that, and I want you to write to beach, or to the beach, whichever one is fine. To the beach. to the beach. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
You should have this. Time and to the beach. Time and to the beach.
Okay.
We are understanding times and seasons.
Okay.
Now, don't do this. I want you to see mine first.
Okay.
Where time at, you can do this part. I want you to count up two spaces, two lines, I'm sorry. You see time? At the top of that line will be one line. Then the next line up. Now I want you to start from that line up, if that's the second line. And I want wait till you see me, and I just want you to make a circle around it. It's going to come down to the second line under the T. And it's just a circle, not too fancy. Just a circle. See a circle around time. Circle around time. Got it? It's just a circle around time. You come up from where the T is at, and you go straight up, and you just make a circle, and you come down to the bottom. A circle around time. Now we're going to do the same thing to the beach. You're going to go up from the top of the T, or the, or if you got the, if you don't have the, do the T, and you just come up, 1, 2, and you go around town, dig around town, and you come down to the bottom, bottom of the T, and you go around, it's going to look like a cookie or something like that, and you make a around the beach. To the beach. Time and to the beach. Okay?
Okay.
Now, on top of time, on top of the circle of time, where that line we counted, y'all remember 1, 2? If you don't know what I'm talking about, wait till I get there.
Okay.
On top of that circle, when we counted up the line 1, 2, I want you to write season. S-E-A-S-O-N. Season.
Okay.
Season. Time is very not too hard. Now, on top of beach, same process, I want you to write summer. Yes. Summer. Like this. Summer. You have it?
Yes, sir.
Now, listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
Listen to what I'm saying. Now, at the, you see where you have got T in the middle of your circle? The time, the T on time. I want you to follow that T over on that line, the top of the T. Over to that line, don't draw nothing, go to the top of the T. And when you get to the circle, I want you to go on the outside of that circle. Don't draw, listen first. I want you to go to the outside of the circle, and I want you to make a line from the outside of that circle, and I want you to have it touch the S on seasoning, however your seasoning is, and I want you to bring it up one, like we did the T, one line up, and then I want you to do the same thing and bring it one line, let me see, 2 lines down, maybe 2 lines down. Downward doesn't even matter, but 2 lines or 3 lines down. Now I will show it to you. It should look like that. Started from where the T is at, from right here. You went over, you come up and try to make it hit that S as close as possible, and you go straight down that way. Got it? And you're going to do the same thing with summer. Tablet, something on my phone. And you're gonna do the same thing with summer. It's kind of messed up on mine, but what you're trying to do is you're gonna go up like right here. And start from here, come over, and you're gonna go up. And you do the same thing over. And we're gonna do the same thing over here with the E. Same exact thing. Come up. And come down. Same thing. Got it? You good? I got it. This is how it should look. Season, time, I can't see, summer to the beach. Now, are you with me? Now, where your S at, on the top of that line, I want you to write smaller than you have wrote season, but the same position, I want you to write grace. I'll show you in a second, just smaller, so that it can be, so just right on that line above season. Right on that line above season. Like grace. And Grace's counterpart on the other side is right on that line above it. I want you to write hot. Hot. And it should look something like that. Oh, yeah, what the matter? Now, over here, I want you to come one line up, and on this line right here, I want you to come one line up from the end of your lines that going up. Where you got Grace at?
Yes.
See where Grace is at? Grace is at. I want you to write on this line right here, the line above it. I want you to write dispensation of. And I want you to write it in an angle. And I'll show you what I mean in a second.
Okay.
This. Station. It should look like this. Dispensation of. Dispensation of. And you guys are way better drawers than me. I know this one. And then his brother over there, let me know when you get it.
Okay.
You already got it?
Yes, sir.
Then his brother going up the same way they grew up together. I want you to write son. S-U-N. Son. You should do something like this. Son. Same way you did dispensation, I want you to write son. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, the same, and this is the easiest part, from this, we see with the line where you got sign at, I want you to go, well, let's start from time. From the inner line of time, From that, so line, just wait till you see what I'm saying. From the inner line of time, I want you to make it's gonna be diagonal, just like you did dispensation, but it's gonna be coming from that line, and then it's gonna meet with sun, like this. Just make those two things on the inner side of time. Got it? Now, you're gonna do the same thing, but it ain't gonna have nothing to go to. You can go up to the red line, well, just make a diagonal line on the other side of it. I'll show you in a second. So it should look like this. Got it? You got it? Got it? Now, at the top of those lines right there, just for your sake, so you get it up here, in this space up here, I want you to write Yah. Try to center it. I want you to write Yah. I'm going somewhere. I want you to put a line under Yah.
Underlining it.
Right, I like you underlining it. And I want you to write on top, like going like a rainbow or whatever, eternity on top of Yah. Even though he's bigger than that, but that's so you can understand. Like you can write eternal. Either one is good. Eternal. Either one is good. I'll show it to you. You should have this. So you'll know that's eternity. Just going around, y'all. Now, under Yah, right under where you got Yah, that line that I want you to write Yeshua. And under Yeshua, I want you to write Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit, either one is good. And look at the Holy Spirit because there are three witnesses. And it should look like this. It should look like this. Not hard. That's the easiest part of the whole thing, besides writing time and whatnot. Got it? Everybody got it?
Yes, sir.
All right, give yourself a hand for that.
Woo, woo, woo.
Now, watch how we do this. You ready for this? Okay. Now, up under it, perfectly on the same page is what I do. Y'all need exactly where to put up. Can you figure out a place to put? It's going to be words to write.
Okay.
It's going to be the key to your map up there.
Okay.
I want you to write dispensation of, right by your red line, that's why I put mine. Going straight across, just writing these words. Dispensation of. And I want you to put a dash. If you don't know, you can wait and I'll show you what I want. Put a dash. And then I want you to put on the other side of the dash sun. I advise y'all to wait if you don't know what I'm saying. Sun. And then put another dash. And then put distance. Distance.
That's S-U-N, son?
Yes, sun, S-U-N. And then on the other side, put distance. And I'll show it to you. Should look like this. This the key to it. It's a dispensation of dash sun dash distance. Got it?
Yep.
Now, up on the dispensation, I want you to skip a line so you can read, it's easy to read. Then I want you to put grace. And I want you to put the dash upon where you got the other dash at. And I want you to put summer. And then I want you to put the dash where you got the other dash at. And I want you to put temperature. Now, same, y'all need to see that? You have that. Now, under season, on the grace, skip a line, write season. It's right there. There ain't no tricks. I ain't trying to trick you. Then write a dash. Then write. Uh-oh, we made a mistake. It's supposed to be hot. Control right, so thanks to your pastor, you can put a little cross and put hot. And then write summer on the season. That's a pretty looking summer on the season. Then put the line. And then on the other side of summer, put time of year. In parentheses, seasons.
Time of year?
Time of year. In parentheses, put seasons. Seasons as in summer, winter, spring, and fall. I apologize for the coming in the middle there. Should look like that. This is not hard. Now, then under skip a line, then put time. Time. Put your line, put going to the beach. Going to beach. Line. Experiences. Yeah, experiences. Now, let me know when you get it, and then I'll go through it, and it's not very difficult. In fact, it's matter of fact, we have doing that. Somewhere I didn't write them. You could put it somewhere on your paper. Ecclesiastes 3, 3rd chapter. Ecclesiastes. I do know it's Ecclesiastes.
Yes. You just said Ecclesiastes 3, right?
You could put 3 and 1 or 3 or whatever. Yeah, so you know what I'm getting this from, in case you ever want to look at it, see what I'm talking about. I got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okie dokie. Now, let's look at this. Ecclesiastes. I need another scripture on that. It said everything, there's a season and a time to every purpose. Remember, I told you the definition of season was an appointed time. A set time. Somebody say a set time.
A set time.
A set time. And then time there also means a set time, but it also means experiences and occurrences. So you don't get confused. Sometimes they're interchangeable, time and seasons.
Okay.
So the reason I did it this way, because I want you to understand that this is what happens every day of your life. Somebody say every day
Every day
of my life.
of my life.
This is what's happening. You see how dispensation of, and the Son are connected. Dispensation, remember, and this is how you can see it. Dispensation, remember, that is how the Father deals with us.
Yes.
Dispensation is like a manager, how the Father deals with us. And the Son is how the Father controls the seasons or the weather. You understand that? I'm just showing you a connection so you can understand. Like he said, the sons will be signs for days. You know, get that scripture. And he placed in the sky sons for times and seasons. Y'all remember that scripture? Let me see, I gotta get it for you. I'll show you that. Here it is. Genesis 1 and 14. Okay. Genesis 1 and 14. And it said, God said, let there be lights in the firmaments of heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years.
Okay.
Are you with me? He made two greater lights, one to rule the day and one to rule the night. So you can put that down in your little scripture thing. Genesis 1 and 14. So in case you want to look it up. I think the second one is So we got dispensation, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
this is so you can understand dispensationalism and times and season and all that stuff. Every day you hear on this earth, this is what you deal with.
Okay.
Dispensationalism is how God deals with man.
Okay.
How he hands it out. And if you paid attention, if you got your last week paper, you understand that everything falls under dispensation just about. Your promises, your covenants, all that stuff dealing with, however y'all deal with man will fall under dispensation. And they give it all kinds of names, which will be the next one. Dispensation of grace.
Okay.
Dispensation of grace is what we're in now. And that is connected to spot. You understand that? Dispensation of grace. Grace is up under that. You see that grace is? And that's connected to hot. Hot is the temperature of the earth during that particular time called summer. And the reason why hot goes there, I skipped some, said distance. The distance that the sun is from the earth determines the seasons. Y'all do know that, right? The earth be tilted one way, and then, that's come from science, if I'm saying it right, be tilted, and then the winter seasons, and it goes and all this stuff. Y'all right? Am I right?
Yeah.
So the further and it depends on how far the sun is from the earth. Does the earth move or not? That depends on the seasons. That's why hot and cold. You got it? Yeah. Y'all ain't gonna look me in death walking. Well, when I ask a question, if you have it, say yes.
Yes.
If you don't, you can say no or nothing. If you're not saying nothing, I'm assuming you either don't got it or you do not care if you have it.
Okay.
If you are saying yes, I will assume that you are wanting to participate in this. You got it?
Yes.
sir.
Okay. Now, dispensation of and the sun are related. Do you see that? I want you to be able to look at this and say, okay, dispensation is like the sun. The sun comes up every day. And so y'all deals with me every day some kind of way. I want you to get that understanding in your head.
Okay.
And I put grace down, the dispensation of grace, because that's the dispensation that we are under. It's called many different names, but it's called the dispensation of grace. Why they say dispensation of grace? Because Yeshua died on the cross, and we are made righteous, we are made whole by His grace and His mercy. The Father had grace and mercy upon us. So, the dispensation of law was under the law of Moses. Now we're in the dispensation of grace. That's how God deals with us. Now you see hot, I put hot and grace together because just like the sun can change, or the distance from the sun changes, the dispensation can change. God will always deal with us, but the dispensation will change. Because before, it was the dispensation, they say, of law, or Moses. Then you had the dispensation of Abraham, or the Abrahamic covenant. Dispensation means how y'all deal with man. So grace and hot go together because that's how the distance.
Okay.
Season and distance go together is because the further along we are in time, the dispensation changes. The further along we are in this eternity thing, or y'all dealing with us, the seasons change. The further away the sun is from the earth, the seasons change. That's why we got summer, winter, spring, fall, right? We learned this in school, right?
Yes.
The sun and distance, they say that's determined whether we're in autumn, spring, or fall. We got the equinox, we got all this stuff going on. Longer days, longer nights, right?
Right.
So that, I want you to be able to look at that and say, okay, because just like the time change, the season changes, the sun, like summer changes, the seasons will change.
Okay.
What you mean the seasons will change? Well, the seasons indicate what? Time, a set point of time. There is a time and a season for everything.
Yes.
There's always a beginning and an ending to a season. An example of a season would be day or summer. There is a beginning and ending. So time, seasons will change.
Yes.
It can't rain always.
Yes.
This too will pass.
Yes.
You got it?
Yes, amen.
And then you have summer. Somebody say summer.
Summer.
Summer, then you have time, my bad. Time.
Yes.
Somebody say time.
Time.
Time. Why is time? Because time is a specific event or an experience. Or in Ecclesiastes is defined as an experience. A time to live. Live will be an experience.
Okay.
A time to die. Oh, what a great adventure that would be. To live. That's what Peter Pan said.
Yeah, he did.
Then to the beach would be an example of a specific experience that's done during the summer.
Okay.
You got that?
Yes.
It's labor right there for you.
That is cool.
Now, the reason why you needed to know that, because you got to understand what time and what season that you're in order so you can understand how to operate. If we were in the dispensation of law, we couldn't go and say, Father, thank you for the blood of Yeshua, which cleanses me of all sin.
Yeah.
No, we had to wait for the Day of Atonement. Or if we did something wrong, we had to go and sacrifice a lamb or a dove or something like that, and then wait for the Day of Atonement when the priest go in for the whole nation, and hope we don't die before that happens.
Yes.
And then, along the way, I messed up. I did this, and some got to pay for animals' blood sacrifice. But we're under dispensation of grace. Now we can just come boldly before the throne of grace
Ooh, thank you, Father.
because of what Yeshua did.
Yes.
You understand that?
Yes.
So you look up there in on your paper, you see eternity. And eternity, that's where y'all at. Now when you go past eternity, where that line, it should be, I forgot to tell you, it should be labeled time. In other words,
The line under y'all?
the line under y'all should be labeled time periods, like AC and DC.
Excuse me.
Which is different from an experience.
Gotcha.
Time as an eternity, as in dying and death and Alpha and Omega and all that stuff. Okay? I'm writing time as Alpha and Omega so we can understand
Okay.
the difference. Beginning and ending. And you see Yeshua next and the Holy Spirit. Why? Because Yeshua came into our time frame, this Alpha and Omega, or he even is Alpha and Omega.
Yes.
I don't want to get that deep. And the Spirit came, and that's how y'all chose to deal with us. That's why those lines go up, because that's a type of dispensation. Y'all dealt with us by sending Yeshua. He dealt with us by sending His Spirit.
Yes.
And the Son, He keeps the Son. He the one created the Son.
Yes.
All of that stems from y'all.
Wow.
That's why He got that open mouth there. And dispensation always got something to do with it. That's why, just like the sun, always got something to do with what goes on the earth.
Yes.
What goes on in our life, that the sun has everything to do with it, just like the dispensation we're in. And that's why we need to know these things. If you're in a car, you need to know where you're going. or you will be this thing called lost.
Yes.
If you're rolling in time, you need to know where you're going.
Yes.
Or you will be this thing called lost.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're there to reach the lost ones. Those who don't know, hey, look here, Yeshua died. You don't have to sacrifice lambs no more.
Yes.
And like Peter said, we ain't believe no fables or fairy tales. We was there. We are eyewitnesses.
Mm-hmm.
That's what what's the boy name?
Peter.
From Egypt.
Moses.
No, the one that they say Yeshua is Thomas. They
Oh.
got the teeth. They say they did walk so close with Yeshua. He didn't have no eyewitnesses.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody saw these things happen.
Yeah.
It was all passed on through word of mouth.
Mhm.
Yeshua had eyewitnesses.
Yes.
How do you know he had eyewitnesses? Just because in your scripture? No, it's in history.
Mm-hmm.
Even the Hebrew boys are in history.
Yep.
Moses is in history.
Yeah.
Enoch is in history.
Yeah.
Elijah is in history.
Mhm.
All these things are real. It really, really happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeshua had eyewitnesses. Said, wow, that man was dead.
Mm-hmm.
Not only he had eyewitnesses, but Lazarus.
Yes.
Lazarus was the cause of everybody coming to Jerusalem. You got to see this man who was dead and rose again.
Mm-hmm.
So these things really, really happen. And that's the difference. And that's why it's so real. And that's why you must understand how he's dealing with you. This is only the beginning. I'm out of time, and this is only the beginning. And a lot of you, I'm telling you, you're taking this for granted. And you're going to be mad that you did not get the teaching of it. Because once you get all this teaching and get it embedded in you, see, nobody don't want to do the work.
Yeah.
Nobody want to sit there and draw and try to fight and understand and allow the Spirit to teach them. But when it's time to pray, your prayer get answered. You're talking to somebody who every time they pray, it came to pass. You're not talking to somebody who don't know how to pray.
All right.
You're talking to somebody who know how to pray without gimmicks.
All right.
I paid the price.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm qualified to teach this.
There you go.
I ain't going to no seminar to get this here part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I ain't going to no seminar, period, to get a lot of this stuff. I studied on my own.
Yes.
You hear what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
So you're like, why he so anointed? Because I paid the price.
Yes.
You know how many people beg me to come and just be part of what they're doing? You're so anointed. Well, I just show hated for you.
Yes.
I'm not after no money. I'm not after no accolades.
Yes.
I'm here to say what y'all say, and I'm telling you the truth. I don't know why you fight to believe every time something this important happens. You fight in your mind, why am I having such a hard time believing him? Because you don't want to be set free. Because if you were serious about it, you'll put the work in. When people, that dude on the clothes, I said this before, it was a story about you. And he said, when something is really, really important to me, I'm there an hour early. I ain't moseying in late. Like, be glad I'm here. Look at me. No, it's important to me. I ain't trying to be seen. I'm trying to get the information. I'm trying to do what is right. And those are the people that Yeshua blessed, those that are diligently seeking after him. And he said, as a little child, what we're talking about, that's how you get saved. But how do you stay saved? Well, he said, let's put down the milk and go into the meat of the word. You can't suck on the bottle forever.
Yes.
You can't be a little child forever.
Yes.
You can accept it as a little child, but you can't be a little novice in the spirit forever. So I am harping on you. If this is, I looked at Elder Felina Notes and she's serious about this thing. I said, great, day in the morning. I mean, she wrote better notes. I had 3 little sentences and she got a whole paragraph. She got a whole book out of what I said. And because it's not me saying it, it's y'all saying it, and I am not one to waste my time.
Yes.
Like, I feel like y'all said it, and I feel it, man. Like he went in the beginning with Adam, and everybody was going crazy on the earth. he had spent years and years teaching them, trying to get them to do right. Adam hadn't seen it and lost the earth, and then everybody want to get crazy, and the watchers who supposed to have been watching, looking out for him, they decide to rob Yah, try to rob Yah and go in after the daughter, and all this perverted and all this corruption going on the earth, and Yah was like, and he said, my spirit will not always wrestle with you. That's when it said, it repented that I made man. In other words, that he was like upset that he even made man because of what man was doing. Not that he made a mistake, but that man was doing stupid stuff. And see, that's how I feel in the spirit, because over and over again, these lessons are being taught, and over again, you sit there and go to sleep, and over again, you don't bother to listen to them. Over and over again, you say, well, I'm just going to mosey on through, and over again, you're going to end up in hell. And he said, it's better that even you not ever touch the plowshare than to touch it and start looking back. And when you find yourself in that hell or in literal hell, you ain't going to believe you're there. You're going to be like, how in the world did I get here?
Yeah.
Because it's going to get turned over to a let me be quiet, but you're going to get turned over to a reprobate mind first, and you're going to think what you're doing is right. And right now, some of you think how you doing is right. And I'm telling you, it's not. You're going to lead to a road of disaster. You know, when you were young, and you thought you had it going on because you had a little job, and you weren't really paying no bills, you thought you could do what you want to with your money and don't think about the family, and you can eat all you want to, and whoo, I got all this doing. And the first time you get some real bills, you appreciate your mom and dude, I didn't know they were dealing with all this, right? I wish I wasn't so stupid. And you know, the older I get, Brother C, the more I regret being an idiot to my parents.
Man, for
I
real
said,
though.
boy, I didn't know y'all were dealing with all this right
Yes.
now. It's hard out there. Even with Yah, you got the sacrifice.
Yes.
Because he said that, in other words, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The more energy you put in, the more you get out.
Yes.
You're going to reap what you sow. He said, the more you put in, the more you get out. He said, God is not mocked. That's what the scripture said.
Yes.
God is not mocked. Whatsoever man soweth, that shall we reap. If you sow sparingly, you're going to reap sparingly. If you try to give $2.50, try to get something and jip God, He going to look at you and going to say, you know what, you tried me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it means. He's not mocked. If you start deliberately doing wrong stuff and say, you have to forgive me, He's going to say, you know what, you tried me.
Yes.
That type of stuff is what he's talking about. But he said, but if you sow abundantly, or you give a lot, or you coming out with everything within you, okay, y'all, what do you want me to do? I want you to give $2, and you give $2.
Mm-hmm.
You can have $500. Y'all say give $2, and you get that $2 just like he said.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be like, whoa, and y'all gonna be like, that's my boy. You able to handle the things that I told you. Because people say that, well, if I had more, I'd give more. No, you have, if you can't give $2 now, and you that's all you got, you're not gonna be able to give $2 with $500.
That's true.
I know you ain't gonna believe it till you get in that situation.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna always see something that you want to do other than what y'all say.
Yeah.
If you can't obey in the little, you're not gonna obey in the lot. That's scripture. And that's where some of you sitting there. Why? Because you won't take a shower at night.
Wow.
Why? Because you won't say your commandments. For years, people.
Years.
And you want to get the word, I want to be anointed. And you can't even say the 10 commandments. And you've been saying them for years every day? I don't think so. But that man said, stop trying to fool me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put no deceit in front of me. You know you ain't saying no commandments. You know you ain't trying to say the commandments. And the more I say the commandments, the more you not say them.
Wow.
You know what that's called? You know what that's called?
What?
That's called someone who ain't going to do right. I'm trying to think of the exact. Matter of fact, it's called impious. Impious means a evil person, a person that just not going to do right, who purposely do things that are wrong. Evil, ungodly, ain't got no kind of sense of what is right. They're not doing it. Whatever y'all say do, they're not going to do it. That's what an impious person is. They just, okay, y'all said Male and female. Hey, I can show you why I can be female and female in the Bible. Be a pious person. You don't want to be impious. And pious person said, where is the covenant of the Father? Scoffing. Impious person. Want to mock Yah. See, I told you I ain't mean have to do it that way. The devil can bless you too. He just wants your soul, that's all.
That's all.
Y'all don't want your soul. Y'all want your heart. You can keep your soul. We want your heart. We want you to think about it. He wants what's best for you. He loves you. The enemy wants to control you. And that's why I don't like him. I do not like him. One thing y'all can say about y'all pastor, I ain't got no bite your ideas going with the devil. I hate him. Really. When I read Love Your Enemy, I said, I know you ain't talking about that joker right there.
Yes.
No, he ain't talking about him. You know why? Because he make wrong seem right.
Yes.
And he think he's slick. He like that lizard. He think he's so slick.
Yes.
I see you.
Yes.
He just gonna stop moving like all of a sudden you're gonna dis. Man, I see you.
Yes.
You wait till I get my sword. You wait till I get my stick. I'm gonna bush you right in the top of your head and teach you to stay out of my house. You got no business in here. When they see me, they see death. When the devil see you coming, he ought to see death. He ought to be running. That joker, he ain't playing. Your biggest enemy ought to be your flesh.
Yes.
You ought to be kicking the devil in the forehead, much as we talk here. You think I go through what I go through because I sit up and drink Kool-Aid all day?
Man.
Go back and listen to it. Get the scripture and listen to every word that came across this pulpit. And see if it ain't beneficial. Get the pickle that you made. Look up. Look everything up. Whatever. That's why the name is titled. I don't like that spirit that's trying to take over your mind. I'm not mad at you. I love everybody in here. And that's the problem. I love people too much. But I don't like that spirit that you allow it to take over your mind. You know better than that. You know when you ain't saying that amendment, stop what you're doing and say, you've been with me too long. You've been with me, you know that. You know I don't play that, you know y'all don't play that, so you might as well do it. I don't like it. I don't allow it in here. Because y'all say this place is anointed, and I don't allow certain things near me. And that's why people get mad at me when they see me. He don't like me. No. It ain't that. It's the spirits that are talking to you because they know I see and I call them my footman. I will. And that don't make me nobody, but that makes y'all somebody. And I'm telling you what's up. You hear what I'm saying? So he said, Pastor, you're so angry because now I love you and I want you to see me. I don't want you out there not knowing what's going on. I don't want you listening to an idiot. I don't want you killing yourself. I don't want you sitting up there and then start downgrading yourself, start calling yourself all sorts of names. And you're more than that. You're so precious to y'all, yet and still you won't believe it. Pretty soon, he'll turn you over to a reprobate mind. Pretty soon, I told you, a female let you know she don't like you, guys leave them alone. You got a chance, they hang around. Told them about a long time. If you don't like them, you don't want to just really mean it, they'll leave you alone. They won't be coming up to you. They might come once every 6 months.
Yeah.
But if you act like it, they're going to hang around. If you don't know, they're going to hang around. Whoever y'all meant for you, you're going to have. Don't even be sweating it. Believe me, you're very beautiful. Inside and outside. And you get that from me. I mean, who you be with, God will make sure you just surrender to him.
Yes.
that man gonna find it. That's unreal. And right now, I hear you out there. Your mom say, amen, Pastor. Amen. Amen. Come on, get far ahead, come. Now I know it's first day and we won't go to no long dismissal, but we got anything?
Zone stuff coming up.
We got zone and zone coming up. We got healthy air day. Y'all make a decision on that?
I didn't talk to them.
Okay, we'll keep your eye out on Facebook for healthy hair. It might be a time change or whatnot. Working on that situation. And we have nothing on next 6-day meeting. 7th day.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, outreach thing was the same. I thought that's what you said. Outreach on Saturday. And let me say a few things about the outreach too. So we gotta get some things back in line. So we got outreach on Saturday. We got upcoming. We got zone coming up on first day. And we have the hair with Chanel. What? Healthy hair with Chanel, that's what you mean? Healthy hair with Chanel. I don't want to say mention Chanel hair all the time, so used to saying it. Healthy hair with Shane. There have been two words I call the most. Shane at home, Minister Chanel here. So healthy hair with Chanel. You have to say sex. Okay, yeah. Healthy hair with Chanel coming up on time. It will be on the time. Amen.
Amen.
That's it. I don't take long with that. Come on, let's dismiss and get a phone out of here. Because I've been waiting all day for 7 months.
Yes.
They ain't have something. Amen. Father, anoint your people. Give them the strength to walk through. Give them the patience to endure, Father. And give them the knowledge and the strength to do the right thing at the right time. Father, I thank you for these Heartland warriors, the ability to go through this training, the ability to hear this word, and not only hear it, but allow it to do what it's supposed to do, to cut off what needs to be cut off, and to enhance what needs to be enhanced. Father, you're so worthy of all the praise, and I praise you for your people, Father. And Father, let the joy go with them. Let the joy of your presence go with them, Father. Indeed, let them speak a word of strength and authority and power, knowing who they are in you, but at the same time, not taking anything from the enemy. Help us crucify the flesh in the way that you have ordained, that we may be your spiritual sons and daughters, and not only that, Father, that we may praise you with our action, that we may show you our faith as well as proclaiming and living. We ask these things, Father, in one mind and one accord, and we know it's done in Yeshua's name. You are so worthy of all the praise. Everyone that needs healing in this place, I pronounce healing over you by the authority of Yeshua. Everyone that needs a renewing of the mind, I call forth a blockage of dumbness, and I call forth the ability to see the truth, and not only see it, but proclaim it, and speak to yourself to live and not die in Yeshua's name. And everyone that received the truth, they need to holler when they hit you in the face. Say, I hear you, Pastor.
I hear you, Pastor.
In the name of Yeshua, receive this anointing. And as you walk through this life, every time you remember someone connected to RTM, you will say a prayer. You will talk to the Father about them. And you will speak good things, that they may receive the blessings of their Father. And that they may receive the blessing of their brother or their sister. And that we may be on one mind and one accord. And we beat that enemy in the head. And we be in one passion. In the name of Yeshua, Look at somebody and say, I am that warrior
I am that warrior
who will pray for you.
who will pray for you.
And ye shall know the truth.
And ye shall know the truth.
And the truth
And the truth
gonna make you free.
will make you free.
And you know what?
And you know what?
The truth,
The truth,
it is
it is
what it is.
what it is.
And I love you.
And I love you.
Now come on, get a father hand. And you are dismissed.